Hi everyone, my name is Reed and today I've got a testosterone update video for you. Today I am officially 12 weeks on testosterone, which works out to being, let's see, I wrote it down here, 2 months, 3 weeks, and 1 day, I think, on testosterone. So that's cool. And I know that I said that I was going to do like weekly update videos, and I did all the way up to 2 weeks. After such small changes every week, I decided that I wasn't going to do weekly videos, and then I just kind of, like, I was going to start doing it every month, but then I kind of got a little lazy, to be honest with you. But I did keep notes of like when I noticed stuff was changing and things like that, so we're kind of going to go through that today, just do like a catch-up of basically my first 2 months on testosterone. Almost 3 months now, because I was planning on making this video weeks back and I didn't, but we're just gonna jump right into it. And then I have my little notebook here where I've been keeping all my notes on my changes for testosterone and stuff, as well as like all my other little YouTube video ideas. So we're just gonna jump straight into that, and I'm just gonna find the changes. So you guys saw the first week and the second week on testosterone, and then all the way through to like the 7th week, I think it is. Here it is. Oh no, I have a 1 month update one. There really wasn't too much changes before that. Let's see what I wrote here. Alright, so around the 1 month mark, I started noticing some body hair changes. Let's see, things like like that happy trail of hair, or some people call it snail trail. It's like that hair right below your belly button. That started growing in just a little bit thicker. It's still not all that noticeable, it's just slightly longer. Other than that, let's see. I guess around the 1 month mark is when my skin started getting more oily and having more acne and stuff like that. I've been pretty lucky not to have all that much acne on my face or anything. It generally tends to stick around on like my chest area here, or on like my shoulders and back, so at least my face is all good, so I don't have to worry about that as much. Obviously you can tell with my voice has changed quite a bit. Every week when I took my shot, I took a like a picture, like I have this app that tells you what your tone of voice is, and I was doing that every week, so I will insert those pictures whenever, like sometime throughout the video here. I'll put those in. My face has gradually gotten more masculine looking, I've noticed, but like it's also hard to point out like what it is that's making my face more masculine. I'm not sure, but I know that it's getting there gradually. So around 1 month, I started to notice that I was getting a bit more sweaty, like the smell was changing a tiny bit. I've heard other people say that as well. Nothing too noticeable really, in my opinion. And then there's a small bit of muscle increase, I guess. Like I'm still scrawny, it's all hell, but it's like, I don't know, a slightly, very small, minute amount of difference in that one, but it's there. Also, I know people are always interested about when your time of the month stops. For me, so I took my first testosterone shot like a week or so after, I think it was like a week or 2 after like my cycle for that month. And then I had the cycle for the next month, but then since then I haven't had it, so so far I've skipped 2, and I'm hoping that it stays skipped, because I definitely don't want that to come back. I really hate having to worry about that, and yeah, anyways, that's all I have to say on that part. And then I know it's a bit weird to talk about, but like bottom growth, I didn't notice it happening at first, but like that part for me has been decently slow, because I've heard a lot of people say that it was like one of the first things for them, and that it happened quite fast. I didn't notice that for me. It took about a month for me to start noticing anything, but it's been pretty like gradual after that. Like it's not anything too bad. And I know people say that they get super sensitive as well, and I guess I'm slightly more sensitive, but it's not like, it's not as bad as that I thought it would be, if that makes any sense. So that's all the notes I took for 1 month. Okay, so then the next part that I wrote, sorry, I'm like sitting on a swivelly chair, you know, and I move around so much that I'm like slightly turning, so I gotta like straighten myself back out. But anyways, so the next part I have notes for is 7 weeks on testosterone. Let's see. So at 7 weeks I started noticing that hair was coming in thicker, like there were little longer bits of hair on my thighs, and my armpit hair was getting like darker a little bit. Like it's still kind of hard to notice, but I'm pretty sure it's longer and darker. But I'm not, like, I'm pretty sure, but it's not too big of a difference, you know? Other than that, my hair on my stomach, like that happy trail bit, is getting longer still. I did notice around 7 weeks I started getting little bits of facial hair here on like my chin, as well as like the bits here, you know, for like your mustache. That I've always had slightly longer hair than like the rest of the hair on my face, but that is starting to get longer too, and I'll try to see if I can get a photo. I tried to take a photo the other day and I couldn't get a good photo, but if I can get one, I will insert that in here. And then there's also like slightly darker hair just below my lips, so it's basically around my lips and then on my chin for the most part. I haven't noticed anything on the sides all that much coming in or anything, but I still think it's really cool that it's coming in here. Although since I'm so fair skinned and have such light hair, it's like super blonde, so you can't really see unless you're like super up close, you know. But I've had to point it out to a few of my friends just because I was super excited when I noticed it. Other than that, it's basically the same other stuff. Oily skin, more acne, you know, people talk about that all the time. Face structures still getting more boyish. Voice obviously still dropping. Once those changes started, they're just kind of continuing from there. From the 1 month to the 7 weeks, it's just continued. I haven't noticed any like additional changes from like between those two. But then as of now, I suppose, like those are the only notes I have. And I thought I took more notes, but I guess I didn't. But yeah, that's up to the 7 weeks. But then I guess I'll talk about what's different now, which is basically a lot of the same stuff that I just said. I've definitely been noticing that the hair on my thighs is, like I said, it was starting to get darker, but I found like patches of longer, darker hair. It's just like, yeah, I don't know how to explain it. And then I guess while I'm thinking about it as far as like body hair and whatnot, I did notice like the hair, it's gonna sound weird to say, but like the hair at the top of my inner thigh, like right around my crotch area, like that hair has started to like get longer further down the leg, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know, like that length, that hair, like that type of hair, I guess, is starting to spread. I don't know how else to say it. And I might cut that part out because it doesn't really make sense how I'm trying to explain it, but there's that. And then my like underarm hair is getting quite long, like I guess I could show you here. But since I have such light hair, it's kind of also hard to tell when it changes, because it's still hard to see and whatnot. I have noticed a little bit of like hairs on my arm, just like 1 or 2 hairs here and there that are longer, and like they're slightly darker, maybe a little thicker, but sorry, that was my phone. Not enough for you to really notice unless you're sitting there like staring. But I don't think there's been very many other changes than that. It's basically to what you would expect. Like everyone always says the same thing. But if you do want to see me do my testosterone shots weekly, I do have that on my Instagram stories. So if you want to check that out, all my links are in the description for my Instagram and everything like that. And as far as my top surgery, I have pictures of my top surgery, like daily photos of the first few weeks after my top surgery. So if you want to take a look at those, check out my Instagram. All the links of stuff you might want to check out will be in the description. Go ahead, like and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos from me, because I am definitely planning on making more. Other than that, I don't think I have anything else to say. So have a nice day, week, month, however long until I see you again. Alright, bye.